You got a sign that says thank you. What's that about?
That was about the president. We held a stand-up last night. It was so moving, so touching. He was so good. God, I remember him from years ago. You know, like he said, he is changed. He's matured. He's grown into the job. But it was like he was telling us goodbye.
Yeah.
And so we told him, thank you.
That's awesome.
Because when he took the job.
Would have killed me.
But people can't hear what you're saying if they see something that was
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're good now.
How's my hair?
Turn around and see. Yeah,
All that great stuff I was saying about the president.
We did. So obviously it's touching to you. I've seen you with the president when you come to Jacksonville and that sort of thing. What does it mean to you that there's kind of that? It's the start of a send-off for him.
Absolutely, he was passing the baton in a way, but although he still have additional work to do, but it was very moving and very touching, and he was just so great last night. And I guess the funniest thing when he said that there is no better person prepared than Hillary Clinton, whether it was him or Bill, and Bill stood up and clapped. That was wonderful. That was great. I have worked with Hillary Clinton since '92. When I was elected, and you know, she gets an A on the issues that's important to me and my constituents, whether it's health care or whether it's child care or just programs pertaining to children. She is there, and the people that's talking about her, I mean, she is very driven. And I think that is very important. You know, I guess I'm a workaholic too, so I understand workaholics.
Let me ask how you are doing, and here's what this is it. You're coming to this Democratic National Committee. You've been to many of these, but never under kind of these circumstances. You're facing some tough stuff. How are you doing, and how is this different because of what's going on back in Jacksonville?
Well, you know, a lot of people are very supportive, telling me they're praying for me, they're supporting me, they know me. This has been a very difficult time for me, yes. But, of course, I've got a story to tell, and I'm prepared to tell it. I've done a lot of good work, and I know that. Whether we're talking about last summer this time, I sent over 20-some kids to China, free. Didn't have to pay for anything. I've given over 54 scholarships, Congressional Black Caucus scholarships. I've given out hundreds of computers. I am the only member of Congress that have traveled around the country and helped people stay in foreclosure to keep staying in their homes, whether it was not just Jacksonville or Orlando. I went to D.C., I went to Washington, I went to California, I went to Atlanta. So I believe in letting the work I've done speak for me. I'm not even just talking about the cemeteries that I've gotten, the hospitals I've gotten, my work as women, veterans, making sure that they're not homeless. You know, I'm a workaholic. I've done good work. And I'm looking forward to continue to do that work.
What's next for you in terms of this case and these charges and everything? Obviously, you and your attorneys have said, we're innocent, we're going to prove it.
That's right. And you know, I'm talking to my attorneys, and I'm talking to an additional team of attorneys. This is very serious. So I'm going to make sure I have, you know, and I'm not saying I'm not pleased with my attorneys, but I think we need an additional resources brought in to help, and I'm doing that.
Let me ask you about the campaign. Because of this write-in candidate stuff at the state attorney's office, there's been a move to try and get some Democrats to change their registration so they can vote in that, and it seems like that would affect your primary as well.
Absolutely. Last week, I was a keynote speaker at the NAACP meeting in Cincinnati. This lady came up to me and all excited. I switched my party so I can vote against Angela Curry. I said, are you a Republican? She said, yes. I said, do you know that you can't vote for me? Her eyes got big as her head. She said, they didn't tell me that. I said, you got to switch back. And so I took out a full-page ad in the Florida Star saying that if you're doing that, you can't vote for not just me, but any of the Democrats up and down the ballot. And in addition to that, we got state legislative races. They determine what the state attorney can and cannot do. So we have races that's important in our community. And so whoever is suggesting that, I mean, you want to vote against Trump, you need to be a Democrat. Democrats up and down. And what I have pushed over and over again with the Corrine Delivers is the team effort. I mean, I bring $4 billion back to Florida, and you send it back because the governor and the state legislatures don't want the money, or $57 billion for health care. We're sending the money back to other states, but we're taxing you Floridians. So it's the state legislators. I mean, I have a state senator here, and we make sure that she is not a part of that negative team, but we have to be a team effort. I mean, when you think about the people on the school board, or when you think about, this money come down for Washington, we've got to make sure that they use it in a proper manner.
Last thing, you mentioned when the first hearing came and the charges came from the federal indictment there, that you thought those resources were kind of misaligned because they could be doing other good work. Does going through this process, facing these charges, does it keep you from being able to do the work that you want to do?
Absolutely not. I am not going to let anything interfere with me and my constituents. Absolutely not. But now up there, I made sure, I'm so happy, like Sanford, Florida, I was able to get them the additional housing money for the senior citizen housing. I guess I need to now for the next month concentrate on an election. And, people talk about, well, you haven't done this and you haven't done that. I have a day job, and I'm going to do my day job. And I'm going to campaign the other times. Well, I'm going to do my day job, what I'm elected to do every day. Thank you.